Welcome to Game Related, where we highlight opportunities and obstacles from former athletes with the thought process of giving future generations a better understanding about the game.
These conversations are meant to bring awareness of the hardships and opportunities that come along with the game. Let's get game related.
All right, y'all, welcome back. Another episode. Very excited about this one. We got our big homie in here, Eric Branham. He has been a pillar in the DC area for a long time, man. He's gonna come talk to us about, his playing days, his time working with training, and also just his transition from the game, and he has a lot of different things about father up, just inspirational quotes, man. He's just here to drop some game, man. So welcome to the show.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
We got relations, you know it's game related. Don't do this to be famous. I really got passion, and it take patience. You know it's game related. I'm related to the game. I'm related to the game. You know the game related, game. You know it's game related.
Man. A long time coming, man. How you
feeling? Feeling beautiful, man. I'm good.
Good. All right. So first thing we always ask everybody is about handling success, right? Everybody's trying to get to the mountaintop, but maintaining that level of consistency is difficult for many. What would you say, if you was giving advice to a youngster, how do you maintain that level of success?
First of all, I would ask them, how do they measure their success? How do they measure success in a whole, as a whole? Because a lot of times to different people, you have different views of success and getting to the top or getting to a certain point. So I think the overall understanding of how they measure. Mm-hmm. So, and when you have success, to maintain it comes from discipline. I honestly believe there are only two type of free people: disciplined people and good people. Those two go hand in hand because, discipline, it kind of evolves your whole life. Kids take just sports in general to say, I'm playing sports or whatever. It's important to be a part of sports. It's important to be on the team. It teaches you a lot of things: how to work with others, work hard, be consistent, develop something. These go hand in hand with living life. So I think a lot of times people get caught up in just the sport part, not saying what you could get out of it to help you also transition and sustain a successful career.
That's facts. That's a great answer. Now, so we talked about the player part, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's just say your circle, right?
Okay.
The circle is they hyping you up, man. You the guy. You know what I mean? Like, how do you keep them on a level playing field?
That's hard. It's hard because growth is something you do from yourself with yourself, and you don't have control over somebody else's growth. So let's say Rennie's my sandbox and he's been together. You get what I'm saying? And as I climb higher, I'm growing. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's there, and a lot of times we get caught in the crossfire of saying, do this, do that, or I'm going here, I'm gonna do that with you. A lot of times we don't know how to distinct. He cool, I love him, but I have to do this in order for this to maintain. And I don't think from the friend point, they don't really get a grasp of, if he don't, he's out of the NBA, or this might not happen for him. So I think just drawing the lines and understanding, like, hey, look, this is what we're gonna do, this is how it's gonna go. You gotta take some type of role of leadership and the head honcho to be like, look, we can't do that. Nah, we're not gonna do that. Nah, we don't want that. Because look at LeBron. everybody wondering why the circle's so successful. Man, they sat down, came up with a plan. This is what we're gonna do. No matter how you feel, no matter how it looks, this is what we're gonna do. And you get the results.
Yeah, nah, that's true,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Being able to lock in with a plan, no matter how you feel. That I always laugh. That come into leading the household.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You gotta. It don't matter how you feel. You gotta make sure you get what needs to be done.
And also from us as men, handling emotion is very important. We don't talk about that. Handling a no is important because these young guys don't understand. Like, you act out on emotion, 5 seconds and cost you 60 years.
Yeah, for sure.
You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the reaction part of, oh, yeah, breathe, calm down, it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In the time in which I came up, it's hard not to resort back to the old man. It's so hard because now it's crazy. People try you, it's different variations that goes into keeping you calm. Everything don't deserve a reaction. It doesn't.
Yeah.
For us, women can act out. For us, it's, oh, he aggressive. Think about it in the workplace. Oh, he got loud. Oh, what are you gonna do? We can't choose. So what we can choose is not to react to everything.
Yeah,
That's
man,
game
you're
right
right.
there, man.
You're
That's
right.
game
You're
right
right.
there, man. So let's get back into your playing days. You know, everybody know you from training now, number 10 and stuff. But let's get back to Cardoza, man. Talk about what was the game like back then. You know what I mean? What worked for you, and what made you successful as a youngster?
So the funny thing is, I was at Curl at first.
Okay.
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 See, I ain't know that. No, honestly, I was at Curl at first. It was a big opportunity for me. Uh, I was so eager to play. The history, just, the whole ambiance of Curl basketball, Archbishop Curl basketball was big for me. So at the time, they had Darren Kelly, Keith Harrison. They had a cool team.
Yeah.
And, I'm the underclassmen, they like, oh, what you going off a JV freshman? No, this ain't that type of ball game. Straight for varsity. And listen, I mean, it was crazy in there.
Yeah.
So they like, oh, sat down with Curl Holmes, talked to him. And, back then also from a coach's point, you play your seniors. You try and get them in school.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a method to why they did things the way they did it. So he didn't blame me. Kept keeping the game. I got the whole uptown coming, and they yelling. I mean, over his shoulder, like it's going crazy. He still ain't with me in the game. So we lost the playoff game, right? I'll never forget. We lost the playoff game. Darren Kelly had the flu. He tried to play. And even Darren was like, man, he got to put you in. Like, we ain't going to win. And they was playing McNamara, Luke Bullock, Delonte Hill, my AAU teammate. Yeah. So, I mean, we lost. I was so angry. I wasn't hurt. I was angry. Coming from where I come from and being young. Yeah, I was young. I admit it. Because I didn't know how to handle rejection. I wasn't taught. Father wasn't around. I'm going to play with my cousin. And that's how I ended up at Cardoza.
Okay.
So, Cardoza, man, we had a time. It was fun. It was. And basketball back then also consisted of being efficient, working within the team. And for me, I never played the game to do one thing. When I was young, I got bored a lot. So anything I'd done, I tried to really master it. So that's why I play the way I play, because now I'm doing everything. Yeah, I'm gonna slide the puppies. Yeah, I'm gonna get rebounds. Yeah, I'm gonna find people. So now you hard to deal with because in the scout report, it's like, hey, y'all, we just gotta do what we can do against this guy. That's how I always thought. So, but back then, basketball, man, it was definitely something that saved me. It was. It saved me. That's all I'm gonna say. It really did. It really did. To now where the accountability as a player now held to the standard in which we was held, saying, hey, Stan, you can't miss 5 shots. Sub.
So
You
quick.
get what I'm saying? That was in our head. That's why we played the way we play. Now I gotta knock this one down.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you have, I had 25. You took 26 shots. And they looking at us like we talking Japanese. You gotta think about it. When you tell the youngins, they be like, so what? What?
That's a fact.
I couldn't imagine me taking 25 shots in high school.
I know. Oh my
I just know I would have had a 40 ball.
That's what I see. Even having the room mentally to say, I can shoot the ball whenever, or I'm gonna get up a shot whenever. Think about that part. You'd average 35. There'd have been a lot more McDonald's. It'd have been a whole lot more because we were playing the game in a whole different perspective. We played the game to be efficient, play within the team, and get this W. Everything else, it could fall by the wayside. We good with that.
That's true.
And even back then, the roles was structured. I remember like coming up and they
Everything.
saying being point guard, it was like that traditional point, get everybody involved. Ain't no you coming down shooting,
That's
like run the offense. Like
they don't understand. Like even now, like when I play, and the youngest be like, "E man, you should have played in the league, man. Like 10 years." I said, "It's different now. They got combo guards. Do you understand? If this was out when I came, score what? I don't have to set up stuff, and you know what I'm saying."
Right.
And I know how it was for y'all. Y'all was in the WCC. Hey, listen, run this play. You do anything outside this play, sub. Playing was more important than anything. So guess what? We listened. We did what we supposed to do. Now you have that taken away because there's opposing side to everything. Now you have NIL deals with college. You have NIL deals, things that take away from the power of the coach. They relinquish their power. So now they gotta do what? Listen to the players now. Because I know y'all, there's been times you've been in school or college, whatever, and you wanted the coach to listen to you. But how we was taught, shut up and play.
Yeah, you right. Yeah.
So let's get the V-Tech, man. What made you choose V-Tech?
So V-Tech, Big East, Chase was already there, but they ain't really had nobody. And I felt I can go and help them be a contender in the Big East. Because for me, it wasn't going to a big school because of the winning tradition. I wanted to play. I wanted to help the team, make a name. And I figured that was the time to help that, to make a name for it. Because what would be more memorable than that if we did it that way? Virginia Tech, I grew up a lot. Oh, it grew me up a lot. And I ain't talking about just on the court. I started to really mature as a young man. And what VTech is, it made me way better basketball player because of what was extracted from me. Sitting me down when I know I should be playing, putting the restraints on me. You can't do this, you can't do that. While teammates and other coaches like, what is he doing? But I have no remorse, man. I got no ill manner against the coach. It's cool. He didn't know what he was doing. It's okay. But it made me better. And I was thankful for that. Because a lot of times in our basketball journey, we want everything to be on the up and up. Not knowing the things that maybe hurt you, upset, made you uncomfortable, that helped you more. You don't learn nothing from wins. Never. You learn by losing, understanding what has to be added, what you have to do, things. You retract, like, because I know it's been plenty of times y'all been in the games, you're like, man, why you hit that shot, son? Rennie, you came off the peak. What was you doing? Like, the mind, as an athlete, that's what we do.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, championship we lost. I was in the house for a week.
Facts.
People calling, man, I stopped answering. And it wasn't, I didn't just want to be around. I wanted to really unravel in my mind what I could have done better.
And that's that segue into my next question. You kind of just started talking about it. Was there any roles, just didn't even matter if it was high school, college, that you had to play that you probably didn't want to play and had to accept their role and play, and how did that affect you mentally? And I think when we say affect someone mentally, it don't even have to be a bad thing. It still could be a good thing as well.
Yeah, I think the effect, we take it as it's a negative thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying how did that situation really was an addition to your development.
Mhm.
Because I done plenty of things I was uncomfortable with, I didn't like, knew in my mind this not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Because also when you playing, it's two different views. Your view and the coach view. Now you have good coaches who understood that because they was either point guard or, they played the game from that angle. But those times I did that, it helped me. It helped me so much within the game. Because let's say you play a game, right, and you don't do no scout report. How do you manage of understanding what you have to do throughout that game? I tell my son this all the time. I say, hey, y'all don't know them, they don't know y'all. You went up and down the court 5, 10 times. You didn't watch what he liked to do. This youth sports. It's easy, especially coming from me now to understand it. Like, hey, watch what he like to do.
Yeah, he gonna
Just
show
watch him. Ain't no kids got no packages like that. Just watch what he like to do. My son started to do it, and he got so much better on defense. Pay attention. This is where it starts, and offense is where it ends. Think about it. Today's game, that switched around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got outscored. Oh, let me see the ball. I know you play with the youngest. It's okay, young. Get in the flow of the game, man. Come off. I'm gonna find you. So, understanding the balance of the game, it takes both sides. But one side of them, the defense side, you got one to do. Everybody want to play offense. That's easy. You ever seen somebody get hurt on a play and they get to steal the ball? They get right up. And you be like, I thought he was hurt. It's the mind thing.
Yeah.
Develop yourself from that angle. Defense.
It's funny when you said defense, right? I remember down number 10 and just picking up full court.
Mm-hmm.
And you ain't necessarily trying to steal the ball, you just peppering, right? When you play full court one-on-one. And transition that into the game, right? When you pick up full court, maybe not the first half, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't take no chances, right? But by the second half, I knew the tendencies, right? And that's when, and then they also a little tired, right? Because
That's
I was
right.
always conditioned. And
They're
that's
a lot
when I
tired.
used to get them steals.
That's
I used
right.
to get a lot of steals in the second half from just doing that.
When y'all was training with us, I used to always tell you, if you be consistent on D, he gonna give you the ball a couple of times. They in their head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen, I don't care who you are. Let's take, for instance, Tony Allen, right? Memphis. Whenever somebody played him, they knew he ain't taking no plays off, man. Y'all gotta set these picks. See, he already in the mindset, Tony just playing. He just doing what he always did. And I told Stan, even then I was like, Stan, keep just keep the same thing. Just keep that same thing the whole game. Do you understand? Nobody don't want. They're not gonna play D like you played.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not. And a lot of times that's how I got over on people because yeah, I'm gonna turn you 5 times. Let's see you get into your shot real good then.
Yeah.
Ain't got no lift on the shot. Let me get this block. Oh, you breathing hard too. Okay. It's easy to play offense. Easy. And now to understand that part because people see the game from the entertainment part. That's what, even so, I can watch a youngin for 5 minutes and I can see by body language if they're going to get better or if they're going to develop of the upsides to becoming someone. And it doesn't take a lot now because everybody's so into making a move and getting a shot. That's the only way to affect the game. Now get assists, get a rebound because it's still a team sport. The one-on-one, y'all, I ain't lying. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It does. Hey, they doing what they doing. I ain't really got, but it doesn't translate to basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Playing within the team, that ain't never going. It's the same thing. 5-on-5. So you see people get caught up into that. He scored, I got to score. No, just play. So
So what was at VTech? What was some of your that you can remember, like some of your best games? Like you really had a good game, you was feeling good, and then give us some of the ones that it wasn't quite as good. It was like a stinker or something like that.
all right, so I'm gonna start with the ones that made me so upset. So funny thing, Georgetown wanted me to come there too, right? But Tony, Bethel, and Drew was going there.
Mm-hmm.
And I found out and I was like, man, you already recruiting them, you got them, y'all good. I don't really need to. But it still was a little back and forth. Played Georgetown. Mike Sweetney, they came down. Man, this was the game that oh man, I laid the egg, man. I won't really say I laid the egg, but we didn't win.
Okay.
So that's how I feel. I'm not speaking from a point of individuality, but I'm speaking from the team perspective. We lost. And I was heated. I was mad. I was mad. And my best games came. I take that because my best games came nationally televised. Number 2, UConn.
Okay.
Calhoun got sick. They came down. Tyreek Butler and them, man, we ran them out of there. Next one, Villanova. Randy Foy. Ray Allen, whatever his
Alan
name
Ray.
was. Alan Ray.
Uh-huh.
Y'all know what I did? I checked Randy Foy. 94 feet every possession.
Ooh.
Like my energy level was, you know what I'm saying? Like it was one of them games. It was just, and I know he was like, man, no, I'm not. Ran them out. They was number 3. We played Miami. Salmons. Remember John Salmons?
Smooth
Mhm.
mid-range. Oh my
Don't
goodness.
never rush.
Yeah.
I had a great game against them. We had a curfew that night, Miami. Coach talking about curfew. I said, curfew?
In Miami.
So funny thing is, my teammate like, I'm going with you. I said, no, nobody going with me. My man flew down there because his girl went to school down there, some type of art school. So he was coming to pick me up. They was talking about, man, I'm going with you. I said, let me tell y'all this. If I do a route or anything, I'm going to do it by myself. Man, what are you talking about? I said, because I don't want nobody having the
Collateral
position
damage.
to tell on me.
Yeah.
So guess what? I'm going by myself. Because I know if Coach Sitter's in the room, you from North Carolina, you from North Carolina, you from Mississippi somewhere, I don't know. Y'all gonna tell. I'm good. So I went by myself. I see John Simons down there, man. We talked like for an hour. He was like, man, you need to shoot the ball every time. But that really wasn't my game. You know how I play. He's like, nah, man. Telling you the coach holding you back crazy. We were saying we were saying in the scout report, like, you gotta really watch him because he can get off to a good game. And we lost at the end of them on a backdoor play. Oh man, I was heated from that too. But that was those. I got real good memories. I got good memories of VTech. Despite everything else, I just took it as a whole because I grew up, I matured, and during the VTech time too, man, I lost a couple of good friends, man, that got killed. Listen, I was this close, man, to leaving. I was mentally,
Yeah.
mentally, I was reaching back. And I never forget, I called my mom. And I was like, Mom, I don't think this for me. She's like, why you say that? Like, I just don't feel right, man. It's just everything quiet and laid back. You know what my mother said? Oh, no, that's just peace. Let that go. Oh, my. Y'all, the next 3 days, I said, my mother said one thing and just eliminated the thought process of leaving. She said, no, that's peace. You're not used to that. You're used to chaos. You're life changing. Let that go. Keep going. Oh man, that conversation with my mother I never forgot it.
Clearly.
I never forgot it. Because I was angry, I was mad. And now that I'm looking back at that, what was I gonna do? Go home and hang outside? Think I'm gonna get back? Or you see the cycle that could keep going? With the youngins now. Hey, they ain't gonna stop. All that get back, there's no such thing. It's not. There's not no such thing. Streets never played fair. They ain't looking to play fair. And a lot of times now you see a lot of the youngins, they ain't ready for that. They're not. They're doing 50 years and they gotta grow up. Young, you weigh 135 and you think you're gonna go out there on that yard. There's real killers out there. Gorillas that will take everything from you. And what you gonna do? Protective custody? Or you're gonna stand and fight? Which develops you into being that type of person. So, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's definitely something they ain't ready for sure. But let's get back to all right, so now we always say one of the most important things as far as when you going into your professional career is picking an agent. How was that process for you? And was you with your agent the whole time? What was the strategies? Because a lot of times, I know I didn't have this conversation. Like we talk to some guys, they really had a plan. Like what type of player you want to be, the markets you want to go in. They really had a plan. I think when I was just happy that I'm like, man, it's about to happen. So okay, I don't really care. What's the first destination? All right, let's go. And that was it for me.
Even so, like when you at that coming out of college or whatever, and overseas is on the table, I think a lot of times we're so excited. We're so excited to go over the water that, like you said, the plan's not in place, the understanding not in place. And if you have a good agent, he gonna always communicate with you, and he can always tell you the upside and the downside. Some agents just to get you just to say, hey, go with this team because the agent feel it's a crazy game.
Doggy dog
You know
world.
what I'm saying? It's crazy. So I mean, for me, to be honest, what a lot of people don't know, I was playing around. It wasn't that serious. It wasn't that serious. I was, when I talk to people, whatever, I take it for what it is. Like again, I tell you, the understanding of trust and communicate with somebody. I just tell them what they need to know and they go from there. You know what I'm saying? So with playing overseas, I want kids to really understand and know that if you have a good agent, whether he gets you where you want to go, he gonna get you where you need to be. Because I think kids have the mindset to say, "Oh man, I scored 25." Yeah, you was in the D2. That's not hard. Hmm. Overseas, they going for every move. It ain't like you putting together a real good package because playing over there, you'll know if somebody can play. And guess what? All the good players ain't getting those contracts. You might look and be like, man, he averaging 11. Yeah. Lou Bullock averaged 12. Highest paid player. Like we look at the part of I gotta do this and not, oh, now you gotta be a basketball player. You gotta play within the team confinements. That's all. Everybody mindset is I gotta score 25 to get over there or play here. Nah, that's the lower level. That's what they want. You know how I go, you have a good game, hey, come play for us. We'll pay you more.
Mm-hmm.
While America go, hey man, don't talk to him. We look at it as disrespect. They don't look at it as that. They look at it as, man, we're trying to get the best players.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever it takes, that's what's gonna happen. So this playing overseas being a professional. And the young kids don't know what that is unless guys like us tell them, like, hey, something gonna go wrong at home. You ain't gonna feel like playing. You gotta play.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't up for the game. You still gotta play. Not just play. You gotta bring it. Cause you know back then when, hey, you American, you don't score 25. You on the plane by the 15th. Yeah, a lot of them think they can play. Go over there. Oh, you thought it was a one game and you chill? No. It's a consistent thing. And that's what being a professional is. Showing up to work, regardless of the situation, the emotion level, you still come to perform.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say was your biggest adjustment when playing overseas and still within playing? We talked about the role change, but like you said, you done everything. So I probably didn't have that problem of the role changes because you can adapt and you did multiple things within. But what was the biggest adjustment from going overseas and playing?
Different culture, different life. Now it's FaceTime.
Yeah, I know,
Man,
right?
listen.
I remember that.
Oh my goodness. Listen, it's FaceTime now. You can do this and talk to your family if you got kids. Talk to your kids. That's important.
Yeah.
Calling cards. Yeah. Dial 50 numbers before you actually dial a number. Airport layovers. Magazine. Go buy some.
Yeah. Yeah.
The phone changed so much. It's just like, and it's easier now. The money's way different. Like it's just different. So now you look back and be like, and the kids might complain. I'll be like, you complaining?
I have no
What?
idea.
You know what I'm saying? You get cars now. That's automatic now. So, I mean, the adjustment is being out of the environment in which you was raised and used to. That's where a lot of kids fall by the wayside, sitting alone a lot, isolated. They thinking, man, I can't do this. Where you going? Chill. And what it does, when you see different cultures, you go to different countries, you can either take two approaches. You can go over there and be ignorant and think everything is about America, or you could go over there and be like, you know what, let me open up and embrace this culture. Because everybody don't speak English. Everybody don't do what Americans do.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you grow up. That's how you add value to yourself of being in a different culture and embracing that culture. A lot of American, I don't care what you're doing. They're not American over there.
Yeah, that's crazy. I used to read a lot.
Yeah,
That's when I got into reading because I was alone a
yeah,
lot. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Hmm. Yeah. I was gonna say, talk about your best game and worst game over there. You know, give us some highlights, man.
To be honest, it was a blur. Cause nah, I'm serious. Because listen, y'all might not know from the outside looking in,
Yeah.
but I wasn't taking it serious.
Mm.
No, listen, being honest, after VTech, I felt I made it. Coming from where I come from, nobody done what I done, achieved, graduated college, 2 degrees. It was just like, okay, whatever happens, happens. Because honestly, I think that's why the opportunity of the NBA didn't present itself in which I can grasp it, reach it,
Mm.
because of how I was. I ain't work out until literally way after VTech. I never worked out. Never. I was outside, straddling the fence.
Mm.
So now I look back at my life and be like, you didn't take it serious at the point in which you should have really took it serious. So now, further in the line, we training, y'all come. The reason I'm the way I am because I know, hey, get something out of it. Don't play both sides.
Yeah.
No, don't hang out late. For what? Go in the house. Because when you look back, it's a blur. It goes so fast.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Very true. Very
Yeah,
true.
you're right. I
Fast.
remember.
And it's over with before you even get started sometimes, man.
Yeah,
I know for
yeah.
me it was.
And that's the adjustment. That's the adjustment. And it's okay. I think a lot of times with that happening, the transition, don't forget what you done though. See, the enemy will do that. So now you come into a place you're depressed. For what? You done a lot. You achieved a lot. You did what very few done.
Yeah, I get them
Yeah.
reminders.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
erase this. Don't. What you've done is permanent. Can't nobody change that. And in words of my man from above the rim, they can't erase what we were, man.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Oh, that's real because I think about like in college and like could have been in the gym a lot more, man, instead of partying and doing and
Yeah,
going out and
yeah.
doing that stuff.
Growing up too,
Like,
though.
Yeah.
Growing up
You
too.
ain't lying.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's never. This is how you got to do things. This the way it should go. Just be consistent with this.
Yeah.
All right. No matter what you do, just be consistent with this. If I had somebody telling me that, and I don't blame nobody. If my father would have been there, but like, look, nah, me, it was like you said. I was showing up to the Herbo, man, out all night. Like literally just getting home 6, game at 10, may sit down, lay down, still drunk, drink some water, go play.
Mm-hmm.
And see, when you're young, you can do that. You can do that. That's how when you see people in the league for 5, 6, like, man, what happened now? Oh yeah,
Lifestyle
outside
for
of basketball, got him. Not the basketball part, because once you get to the league, that's the part where, guess what? You got to treat this like tune up. This is why you train. This is why you work out. This is why you lift weights. Outside of that, daily.
Mm-hmm.
So durability and then longevity, that's where it comes from.
yeah.
So man, let's this probably one of our favorite segments, right? 7 seconds left. You at the top of the key, man. What's your go-to move? Yeah, I get a bucket. You down 2.
All right. So I don't really have a go-to move.
Okay.
We're saying you asking me this now? What would I do now, or then? What would I have done?
Back then, you
Oh,
was always tricky with the
oh
ball,
yeah, yeah,
man. So
yeah.
you know, what would you do to get into your
Hard right,
uh
stop, hezzy. If he raise up a little bit, lay up. If he don't raise up, pull up. But me going right then, it opened up a lot more. Back to the left. So has he spin? Has he half spin? Has he step back? Has he drop? See all the counters out of that? My bad. I'm
listen,
Nah, you good.
now this perfected of this. So my son, he's 13, 14. Man, I'm starting to play one-on-one now. Listen what I'm telling you. Man, he double crossed me. Listen, nah, because I felt some type of way, man. He double crossed me and hesitated me. I don't know how he got me with my own move. Man, I jumped. He looked at me like, and laid it. I ain't let him win though. But he will never forget that. I know he won't. Because he ain't never seen nobody get me like that. I don't know why I went for it. I thought he was going to shoot it because he kind of got me on the double cross. He, boom, boom. You know gravity. You can't stop the go up. Hey, Ray, you can't stop the go up. Hey, listen. Oh my goodness.
You was trying to get down so fast.
I remember getting people, and they come after the game like, woo. So, yeah, right. I'm going right. I'm swinging through right.
It's crazy because how you just broke that down. I remember you breaking all that stuff down to me, like because I was moving too fast. My feet wasn't there yet,
Yeah.
and I just remember that he was like, "No, slow down on this. Take your foot right. Make sure you look up." And I just remember every last
Every
breakdown.
detail.
Oh my
Because
God.
when you understand any move, there's 1,000 counters behind it. And I think people don't understand. Like, that's how Kobe trained.
Yeah.
He stayed with the primary move, right? So in the game, he did the primary move 1,000,000 times. So in the game, it was easy to spin out of it. Half spin, up and under. That stuff was easy because he did the primary move so many times. We thinking he's practicing doing all that. No, you don't have to practice on that. It's how the brain works. So when I was telling you, the little things become big things in the game of basketball, football. I don't care what game it is. If you do the little thing, meticulous thing, over and over again, right? It's easy to do the big things, but they become big.
Yeah.
So that's why I was saying, like, yeah, I'm going right because the right, I know. If I got the ball, you at my mercy. So I think a lot of times as an offensive player, people understand like just trying to make a move and go. No, you got the ball. That's why Kyrie moved like that. He know nobody ain't gonna take it. Because he gonna counter away from whatever you're doing, however your defense is.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time you fell out of love with the game?
Yeah. So the time I'd say about '06. Yeah, '06. I picked up weight. I was just, for me, it was more of, and now I'm being real. I'm being real transparent right now. I was mad at God for not allowing the NBA opportunity to present itself. Because during that time, and I'm young also, but I thought I worked hard enough for that to happen. Y'all, listen, I ain't go to an NBA game for like 4 years. Nobody really knew. I just didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
When you repeatedly see people that whatever you've done to them, or you know what I'm saying, like how, And that's what, and I was tired I ain't go out or nothing. Cause guess what I used to always hear? What's up, man? When somebody gonna call you up? Well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why ain't in the league? Do you know how trauma that is? How much? No, that does over time and time again. Because I know in your career you had to deal with people saying stuff, and you was just uncomfortable answering it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I used to think, I was like, they playing with me or something, man. You trying to be funny or something, man? Like,
Yep, I'm
you know,
telling
you
you,
sent me
all
to the
those
city.
emotions
Like,
go
what you
through.
talking about?
Yeah, all those emotions go through. I ain't lying. You probably don't remember. I saw Rennie one time. You was getting in the car. I forgot where we was at. It was after the club, and I saw you. And I said, Rennie, what's up? They're like, oh, what's up, E? You was calm. I said, what's going on? You playing? And I could see it because I felt that way. You was in a place of like, I don't really want to talk about it, E. But you said, nah, I'm talking to the agent now, but we're gonna see what's up. And I took it as that. And I said, all right, man, be safe. I see you. But I knew where you were mentally. You know what I'm saying? I could see it on you because I've been there. I think a lot of times with players. And now it's bad because they think they're better than what they are now.
Mhm.
So guess what comes in with that? Entitlement.
Mhm.
That word can ruin a career.
Ruin your life, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy you said that. That's the reason I moved to Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got tired of being in them gyms and everybody, Stan, who you
Mm-hmm.
Stan, Stan,
Yeah.
Stan. Man,
Yeah.
I went, nobody know me. Ain't nobody asking me
That's
nothing.
right.
You know what I mean? I got to rebuild myself
That's
from
right.
just doing that.
That's
You know,
right.
that's crazy.
That's
Crazy.
right.
Mhm.
It creates trauma. And if you don't know how to extract yourself from it so you can become better, it'll drive you to a place of you see people.
Mhm.
I know you've seen people that alcoholics, drugs, or whatever, girls, whatever it may be, it's like I can see it like they didn't make the transition, man. It ain't easy. It ain't for the weak. Because when you put something in something, if you put something inside of a bag continuously your whole life, you would respect that bag, whatever in that bag, to repay you in such a way where you feel satisfied of what you put in. Because we all get to that point like, nah, I've been doing this a minute. Like, this not going this way.
Mhm.
We ain't got no control.
Yeah. So one of our James Mathis, he went to college with, right? So he came on and he said, man, you will be the last person to know that it's over. You still think you can do it, but you're the last one to know. You're the last one to know. So when did you know like it was like, all right, I'm done. It's time to give it up. And
Pursuing the career? That's what you asking?
mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. The reason why you're the last one to know, because from a man's point, we prideful. And also, how would somebody determine when you ready to retire or let it go? You get what I'm saying? It's easy to see it from the outside in. It's way easy to see it that way. But even if you plan and you age, your mind and your body are two different entities. Listen what I'm telling you. You will see a rebound. And guess what your mind will say? Yeah, you got that, Rennie. And then a young dude will jump clean over you.
Yeah,
But while you reaching for that rebound, you pull something. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Your mind and your body. You know how many times that happened? Because the stubbornness of saying, man, I'm a ball player. Like a lot of things go into that. So that's why it's hard to be like, yeah, it's over. Look at it's a lot of players that have been like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just laughing. I just remember we was just talking off the set about running, right? And you know, I work out some dudes, and I
Yeah.
took them to this trail, and I ran the hill with him. Like dog, he smoked. He smoked me, and like
You know the funny thing, if you'd have did it by yourself, you'd have thought you was moving.
no, the second time I did it by myself,
Yeah.
but then I recorded it. I was like, man, you really not moving that fast.
No. Nah. I did the I was working out the young he go to Texas Tech, what is it? Texas Tech, Valpo, one of them. Nice, man, smooth, man. And I told him, he a good kid. And I said, hey, stay in there. You right there. Don't watch nobody else's story.
Yeah.
Because we get caught up into that. Now they into it too deep.
Yeah.
Oh, he got this. He this. He McDonald's. He this. Why you running like them? Nobody's story gonna be like your own. That's everybody's story is different. It may be similar in some places, but it's different. It is. I did the bed crawls with him. Listen, y'all. Down and back. That's all. It's no lie, man. I thought I seen the light on the first one down. I laid down. He was like this. Oh, nah, come on, coach.
This is the worst when they be like, come on, coach.
I said, man, hold on. Hold on. I finished it, right? So now, got what I said to myself. I done set the bar. He gonna say this every time just because he seen me struggling with these jumps. So throughout this past summer, I got used to doing down and back bed crawls. My man jumped in one time. Man said, he ain't doing the bed crawls no more. It's not happening. Man, I couldn't even roll out of the bed, man. My legs hurt, everything. I'm telling you, in our mind, come on, man. We think nah, you're not. Them youngins, they got youth.
Yeah.
Even when we played my group, and there'd be some youngins in there, they may go to John Hopkins or George Mason, because we get, different ones through the summer. That's what I said. Hey, it don't matter if they're good or not. They're young. They're like, what you talking about? Okay, you can see. Loose ball. Rebound to it. God, yeah, you see how slow we've been moving? Yeah, I know. That's what youth do, man.
Yeah, yes, sir. So let's talk about Father Up. And me and Stan was talking off camera about some of the Black History posters that you put on, and definitely influential. And let's talk about that and Father Up.
So the funny thing is, when I be texting Stan, we be conversing, and he was like, what books you read? I was like, Stan, I always read. He's like, me too. But we get to talking, and I'm like, a lot of times, we don't read stuff that's educating us in such a way where we passing it on. You know what I'm saying? Just to know something is just to know it. But to know something to help somebody else, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Keeping it to that's the goal. That's how I've always been, even with basketball. So with what I do with Father Up, at Two Father Up on Instagram. So it's a nonprofit which I empower fathers, no matter where you are as a father, a trying father, an absent father. It doesn't matter, because what I want to do is speak to the King in every man, because he's there. It doesn't matter who you are, how you look, the King is in you. And I just speak to that. I speak to that because we need it. A lot of them don't know. A lot of them been in a generational thing of not taking care of kids or whatso have you, whatever it may be. But the object of Father Up is to educate us, empower, and also if somebody ever want to talk or whatever, I'm there. I'm always there to help educate, empower, liberate, whatever I can do, man. That's how I've always been. But I kind of, you're younger than I kind of neglected, like, nah, God, I ain't doing that. Nah, I don't really. But it's always been there.
Yeah.
For me, I ignored it a lot when I was younger. But now, that's why I'm the way I am. I got a lot of understanding and knowledge, not just about basketball, about life, because I'm more than basketball. And I think that's hard too, that people see you in a different light.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? People may still see you from high school. People may still see you from a place where, hey, I was wrong. That ain't me no more. You got to meet me now. This is me. So we all still grow. We're not the same people. We don't see each other for 2 years. You're not the same person.
Yeah.
So I think that's something we have to really understand and let it go, whatever it may be.
Yeah, you gotta respect people's evolution, man.
That whatever it may be, let it go. Let it go.
Talk about your importance on the Black History, the post. Like, why is that important to you?
For the reason, so at first, right, a lot of us, meaning Black, we didn't know.
Right.
So when I used to say stuff, niggas be like, what? Man, you tripping, man. Nah, man, he ain't invent that. Because why? We was conditioned to say they invented everything. They done it. This the way it is. No, just read a little bit. Educate yourself. So now we have social media in which it has been a gift and a curse. But the gift is information.
For sure. Yeah.
Information as a whole, all the way around. So now a lot of people getting educated on the Black history, what happened. Not, and for me, it's, be honest, I don't watch the slave movies and I don't watch
Yeah,
them.
I stopped doing that. Yeah.
Me neither.
It's trauma. It's trauma. Because all it does is develop in us as men, not just hatred, but your emotions are different. And you said earlier, if you're in a house with a wife and kids, everything starts from you. Every single thing. If you're yelling at your kids, you just picking fights with your wife, you're not being understanding, you control everything. You control it. Men control it. So watching those things, I don't watch them. I never watch them. It's trauma. And to read, and the thing is, people say, "Oh, we want you to know what happened." No, no. For what? We
Yeah, we
No.
know what happened.
That's the thing.
I don't need to keep seeing it.
No.
No, I feel you. I got to that point too. I was like, I'm not, because I would see myself looking at it like, damn, what, man? And I was like, you know what? I don't want to keep feeling like that.
That's
So I said, you know
right.
what? I'm not even looking at those
That's
type of
right.
movies.
That
no more.
feeling,
Yeah,
that feeling where it's up. Yeah, it could go either way. Somebody says to me, you get what I'm saying? So think about how our culture is. Everybody at each other's throat. Everybody on the edge. It's the environment. We're at a place where I always say, when people are like, man, and most people, they wanna argue on the point of their knowledge.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you give people overall view and they tell me, oh yeah, I researched. Do you know how to research? Because a lot of times I don't bring educational part out unless somebody's on that. You get what I'm saying? So the understanding of saying, hey, you're living in your perception. You're not having a perspective of things. A perspective is an overall view. Okay, maybe this may go that way, maybe this way. Let me see. Everybody now hear some news, that's how things spread. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no verification.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of time now, I don't entertain a lot.
Yeah.
I don't. Because, like I told Stan, I was like, Stan, my first podcast. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I turned down a lot of them, though, because of the fact that I'm not going to get on there, start comparing players. And no, for what? If comparison is the thief of joy, why would I do that then? Everybody was good in their own right. Let's leave it at that. And why are we comparing anyway? To validate something that's in us? How we feel, what we think? So, but the Father Up page and it's to really, because we need it, like I said, we need it. Men, we need it.
Yeah.
We have slacked a lot, not saying, verbatim, but men of the last 40, 50 years, which wars and a lot of things, being withheld things, have transpired to where we are now. But it's a lot of trauma, hurt, insecurities, and these develop over time. So you never know where nobody else is. You never know. That's why you always be respectful. You don't know what they've been through, what they survived, or what they may be going into. So having a perspective is weighs more heavier than your perception of things. And I think that's where a lot of us are in our own perception. That's what causes the disruption, the arguments, the dislikes.
No, yeah, that's real right there. People definitely be having their own perception of things and just be all the way left, man. You further from what the reality is. So let's go. I want to go to number 10. I want you to talk about the impact the Boys and Girls Club had for you personally. I know it was a huge impact on my life. And number 10 is still, one of the clubs that's still, that's still up and going. I mean, number 2 is
Yeah,
there. Ain't
yeah.
too much activity going in there at the moment, but I think number 14 still up. I don't really know no other ones that's still.
So out of the Boys and Girls Club, people have actually extracted from that. That's why we are where we are now with football teams. People start their own organization. AAU basketball. For the Boys and Girls Club, for us when coming up, that's our outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like we lived in that thing. And number 10, man, be honest, I love the smell of the gym. Man, you can blindfold me. Take me all around the city and take me in there. I know where I'm at. So it really helped my development. It kept me out of a lot of stuff also. But the coming up, the playing the games against the different clubs, we look forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Those were rivals. So now like I said, the other organizations have extracted from that, which have dumbed that down. So now the kids feel, think about it, with basketball, who's playing with a club?
Yeah. You think that could be recreated now? Like we can really bring that back?
Or is it just a thing in the past?
You could bring it back, but I'm gonna tell you how. With AAU and everything, so y'all know, AAU is a place where people who never really lived it are in control of it. That's why it's the way it is. That's why. That's why we have so much craziness with AAU. It's because of the people who doing it, who's running it, who's coaching it. You get what I'm saying? Development is key, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the overall key? Not winning games. Not, oh yeah, we got this and we beat them. It's development.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't develop the kids, Guess what happens? Now you have a bunch of kids, underdeveloped, who parents are angry because they put money into it. Now it's, oh, my kid should be. Now you have the parents angry at the people who really don't know how to develop. It shouldn't have never been that way anyway. So that's what the club did for us. It developed us, despite if we was training them. That had nothing to do with it. Because if you really honestly see, playing is more valuable than training. Way more valuable. When you take training, if you train a kid from small, right, up into this, there's two variables that could go into it. They either can fall in love with it or fall out of love with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the up and downside to training a kid his whole life. Now you let a kid play 15, 16, oh yeah, work him out, start working him out. NBA first round. You see how that goes?
Mm-hmm.
So the training circuit is real scarce now. It is. You want to be a good trainer? Listen, develop the kid. Don't train the kid the way you played. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's an overall development thing. Training just going in there, doing moves and getting up shot. You got the ball in his hand for 2 hours. That's why they get in the game and want the ball. You did some slides. You did some help defenses. These things are vital to the development in basketball, not just making moves. So
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a great breakdown because we was definitely I was about to ask you about training culture. But you hit it right on the button.
yeah,
You know?
it's that playing. I think we overtraining. I do. There's no playing. Nobody's playing.
Yeah, 'cause definitely with playing, yeah. That's when you just learn your instincts. That's when you learn the counters because
That's when you
I'm just
create
playing.
the instincts.
You
That's right.
you getting in all these situations
right.
where I'm making this
Reaction
move
to the
and
game.
there we go.
How many players you've seen train like All American, get in the game and no show? I know you had a few in your day.
Mm-hmm.
I had a few. Hey man, what that trainer? Come on, man, we need you, man. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
It don't correlate for everybody. But guess what playing do? Yeah, you either gonna adjust or you're gonna get adjusted. It's more valuable reaction time. Now, I ain't taking nothing away from training. Hey man, whatever you're doing, whatever trainer, hey, do your thing. I'm just saying the development of kids dribbling for an hour. No. How many times is you going to have the ball in your hands in the course of a game? If you total the time, what would it be? 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Total time. You get what I'm saying? Each possession you ever had the ball. 13 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever. When we played, what they say? Hey man, if you ain't got it in 5 dribbles, get up off. And what that teach you? How to play without the ball.
Mm-hmm.
How many of these kids know how to play without the ball?
Yeah. It's crazy you say that. So in the summertime, I got a couple guys that come from Europe,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously I got my guys that are from here. And what he told me was, we do nothing but team drills. And so when we over here, it's really cool because I get to work on my individual game, but nobody here do team oriented stuff in the workouts or developments. It's just individual, and you can see the contrast between those two, like in the Olympics or the NBA. Or I mean, the best players are not from America right now in the NBA.
So you saw the Olympics, you saw the games.
Yeah,
All right. Did you see Wagner from Orlando?
yeah.
Listen to what I'm telling you. I knew what he could do when he played with Orlando. But the one thing about European players, they're going to make the right play.
Yeah.
If they drive somebody help, they ain't trying to split them. They ain't trying Euro, pass it.
Mhm.
Slide up or slide down if I drive. No, they understand the whole perspective. not perception. It's a wide base. That's how they good IQ players. Now defense, yeah, they gotta work on that. But I'm just saying, as a player and what's expected of you, man, you're ahead, man. Way ahead. Knowing how to play, yeah.
It's crazy, y'all. I always think of the title. I think I'm gonna call this perception versus what did you say? Perception.
Perception versus perspective.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the title of this joint. So look, man, we NCAA did something kind of interesting, and you're big on principles and morals and things of that nature. They lifted the marijuana ban,
Mhm.
right? What do you think about that? You know what I mean? Do you think that's good? Because I know a lot of people use that to numb themselves, but do you think,
No.
you know what I mean? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
All right. So since we're talking from perception and perspective and me understanding, when I was younger and guys around me would smoke, when you're younger, I'm just thinking, oh yeah, they just trying to get high and all that. So my major is psychology.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got my 2 degrees in psychology.
Okay.
But the funny thing is, you never know what God doing. Cause I don't know why I chose psychology, but it made me of development of kids, adulthood, just understanding from that perspective. You get what I'm saying? So marijuana, what it does ultimately, it slows the brain down. Now, we know a lot of people with ADHD, ADD, regardless of what it was, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. There's different variables that go into why people doing it. Now, for the people that was doing it that didn't understand, I bet they understand now why they was doing it as you grow into your adulthood, knowing what you needed to help you cope with something. Now, them lifting it never was a problem, right? But guess what? In the eyes of the people who are higher up, it's, you can't do this and you can't do that. And because I've known people the whole career.
Yeah.
Yeah, chief a lot. Yeah, in the garage. Yeah, go out there and play the game. And I started to really understand, and they say, yeah, I needed that. It slowed things down, man. My mind was always racing. I had anxiety. You get what I'm saying? A lot of things on my mind because even when now you say with betting and stuff, right? I always tell people, no, I don't bet. No, for what? I said, huh? I said, you gotta understand, as players, they got stuff going on in their life too. Arguing with the wife, got somebody pregnant outside the marriage. These things go into how they perform and if they show up or not. Well, I'm betting. I don't know how it's gonna go. We never know. So with the marijuana ban, you say live marijuana. It's not gonna. It's not a. It's not a bad thing. It's a great thing. But here's the thing. Too much of anything will kill you, right?
Yeah.
Or too much of anything will have your life on the rail. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that's the key to saying if you smoke or not. If you can smoke or if you can't. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now we're at a point where, like I told you, the coaches are not in control. Could you imagine driving a Lamborghini Rennie in college? You see what I'm saying?
Well, I'd have been
You're
passenger
young.
side. Hey,
You get what I'm saying? So now it's like, can you tell them something? Are they still going to listen? Are they going to still go out there and play hard for you? So that's the downside to that. Will that still happen? So that's where we're at right now with collegiate sports.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I could never do that though. I couldn't.
The money?
No, the like smoke marijuana and then go play basketball. Nah, that
I was
wouldn't work.
the funny thing is I was always around it, but I never had the urge to do it, to be a smoker. Because over time you see what it does. You slows people down. If you abuse it, now you just like do I need this? Am I addicted to this? Or I'm addicted to just doing it and not the marijuana?
Mm-hmm.
Because you blur between those lines if you've been doing it so long.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, now you'll see. The funny thing is, a lot of the dudes who grow it, like growers, hippies, and all that laid back, they don't smoke all the time.
No.
No, sir. You might ask them and say, yeah, I smoked on Wednesday. It's Friday. But they know if you don't keep it at a minimum, it's just not gonna do nothing for you over time.
Yeah. Now that was good what you said though, because it made me think about that. Like the people that smoke a lot, are you smoking because it's really doing something to helping you, or you just used to doing it? So over time, over years,
The
there's certain
lines
time of
blur.
the
Yeah,
day I roll up,
yeah.
and
The
I'm going to
lines
do this.
blur.
I'm rolling up
Yeah.
because just when we've been doing this for 20 years. We just rolling up when we
I mean,
in certain environments. Oh, we gonna go out today? Oh no, I gotta roll
I
up.
can't.
But like,
That's right. I can't do
Can't
this if
function
we don't do
without.
that first.
mhm.
You're in the club. We can't do this. You do that first. And a lot of times people don't know the financial part of it. If you set the if you sat
Every
down,
time.
say 23 years, oh man, they gave them people $1 million. Yeah, just about.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? So, and the one thing I always say, because I've always been around it, you ain't good marijuana. No. You ain't gotta smoke that all the time. You ain't gonna want to smoke it all the time because you either gonna be asleep or stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. No, you right about that one. And all right, so we talked about the whole social media part, but let's expand on that far as just in basketball, right?
Mhm.
I mean, it's good. I mean, it has its pros and its cons. I like it with, 'cause people can, get their likeness out there and stuff like that can get found if,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
depending
yeah.
on where you are. But um, since basketball to me became just literally like, it's just entertainment now.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it goes too far. I mean, I just said this a million times. Like if people in the locker room and you on social media and putting posts and saying stuff, I'm just like, I just would never do that back when I was playing. I'm hooping, like, because I'm so focused, like I'm so locked into this game. I'm not going on no daggone social media. That's not the mission right now.
The thing also, I think, with us is the morality part. What I mean by that is morals, we that's what we stood by. That's what we live on. Like we ain't gonna record our teammate doing something in the locker room and leak it to the news. You gotta think about what guys do. Like, what's wrong? Why would you do that to your teammate? And if you notice now a lot of in locker room stuff gets to the news. When Draymond hit, what's her name?
Yeah, how they get out?
You get what I'm saying? It had to be somebody within the organization. But the morality part is this dude was right, man. Hey, this in the locker room, let's stay here. Or telling, like it's a lot of it comes from within the insecurities of how you feel about somebody or man, I don't care, I'ma still no. Because I think that's where a lot of things derive from. Is your morality intact?
Yeah, so we gotta fix people's character.
Those words, as we continue to grow and get older, you ever notice how funny those words diminish more and more? Like these kids don't know what integrity is, character, and the sad part, they don't care. Some of them grasp it, some of them embrace it because your character is currency.
Mm-hmm.
It'll get you in a lot of places.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're right about that.
Not about no money. Who don't want to be around a good person? Who don't want to help a good person?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be a great man, be a good man. because a good man do great things. That's all. Just be good to other people, man. Things will line up. The good things will happen. The right things will happen. You ever notice that? When you're doing right, more right come.
Mm-hmm.
I always say
When your
universe.
mind in a good place, more good thoughts gonna come. And that's where it starts at, the battleground.
Yeah, what you focus on expands, man. I always say the universe rewards you,
Always.
rewards you, and it punishes you too. You ain't doing what you're supposed to do. It definitely has a way. I won't say punish you. I say teaches you a lesson.
That's right.
I say it that way.
Because we magnify that word too much.
Yeah,
Punish, negative,
yeah,
hurt. When a lot of times your blessings was the hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't go no further. Because you changed directions.
yeah.
Because you went another way. That helped you more than anything, didn't it? We remember the sting, the uncomfortability. Who said life supposed to be comfortable though? See how we conditioning the kids? So when hard times come, it's let me go to another school.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the NCAA tournament. Every kid, third college, Arkansas, Oregon, or now he at, and I'm like, no commitment. You run one time, you're gonna keep running. It's easy to run all the rest of the times. So that's something we gotta really, I think the NCAA gotta really
Mm-hmm.
go to the drawing board and like, look, if you change schools once or twice, that's it. Because it's out of hand now. And, you know, I don't blame the kids. I don't.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'd probably run if we had the option to. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. I ain't had no option for sure.
Yeah, because I know that's like what me coming out and all my recruitment and stuff happened late, and it was like it was the option. They had the option out there, like, oh, go prep,
yeah.
but that wasn't the option that my peoples was taking. Oh no,
Yeah.
you ain't about to go prep.
Uh-huh.
You could go to this school, get a full ride. You about to go there, take advantage of that, and you gonna have to figure the basketball piece out. You got to figure that part out, but this education gonna be laid out. So, that was
When the options are wide, the vision can become obscure because you really don't know which is which. But having the ability to choose that many, now it's easier to go somewhere where you shouldn't have went than you doing what you. Nah, your father said, no, he's going here. You're going there, and this is what you're gonna do. And when you got there, you wasn't in another place like, shh, man, this don't work out. I'm going. See, that's the difference now.
Mm-hmm.
The coach yell at them, they ready to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody reprimand them, they ready to just say, I don't want to deal with this. Not knowing you can run from that, but guess what's gonna happen in the real world? You're gonna get reprimanded. People gonna say stuff to make you uncomfortable.
so with that. So how you think the NIL stuff play with that mentality of the kids, right? So now and then now, I mean, I think this would take the power away from
Yeah,
the coach as well.
it
So what you
does.
think about the NIL stuff that's going on now?
So what the NIL deal did was, like I said earlier, it relinquished the power of the coaches of having total control over what a kid do and where they go, right? So you see great Hall of Fame coaches backing out, Saban and all them. That's because they monopolied the board before they became a law of having. So with the NIL deal, yes, it took a power away from the coaches. It gave the power to the kids. And guess what? I'm happy the kids getting paid. I am. But can we control it? No. Because now the Pandora's box open. You're not gonna pay nobody $2 million and they're gonna do everything you say and go out there and play hard for you. They're out there playing to say what? It takes away from the collegiate level basketball. Oh man, I'm trying to go pro. I'm trying to go pro.
Yeah, it's a pro league now.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's what the money did. Now, the amount of money I think is crazy to give a kid that much because now you have a lot of people who really aren't that good. But guess what? They got good NIL deals. They got cars, they got trucks. Like, let's take for instance Deion's son, the quarterback. He came up in money, yeah, but now he has his money. He's the highest paid player in college, right? Do you think that adds more to him becoming great, or it takes away from it? See, that's as a kid, you can't see that. You ask any NBA player, hey, if you got $2 million in your sophomore year in college, what would happen? Oh man, I don't know where I'd be.
Stop working.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the downside of it. To say, are you gonna stay in there? Are you gonna keep working out twice a day? Are you gonna stay focused? You know what I'm saying? So we'll see where it goes. But
Yeah. All right, man. We're getting close to the end, man. We gotta play our game, man. This is
Right.
either or. So you pick one or the other, or both. And we finally got a consequence to this. Not even a consequence. I'd say just a healthy, something healthy. You know, we got our raw ginger in here. So if you say both, you gotta take it. And I'm gonna take it with you.
All right.
Rennie, I don't know if Rennie gonna take it with you, but I'm gonna take
I
it
guess
with you.
I gotta take it now.
Yeah. Made you an accessory.
Yeah, I sure did.
See what I mean? You do it by yourself, man. Don't take nobody with you, man. Hey, if you're doing something, just do it by yourself. Please, man. You don't want to be in the courtroom. Imagine really looking at you from the stand like, really got me in here like this, man.
He could have said no. He could have said no. All right, here we go. Ben's Chili Bowl or Florida Avenue Grill?
Them two neighborhood Jones too. Ben's Chili Bowl.
Okay. Backyard or Red Essence?
Backyard.
Okay. The Herbo down at Dunbar or the Kennedy?
Herbo.
The Herbo down at Dunbar or the Farms?
During my time of playing,
Yep.
for me, it was the Farms.
Okay. All right. Brian Chase or Shackleford?
Chase.
Okay. Boys and Girls Club or AAU?
Boys and Girls Club.
All right. Rod Strickland or Mahmoud Abdul Rauf? Hey! We finally.
How you do that though?
I'll do what?
You know that why that's a hard one? I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, you said it to whatever hard. I was like, it's hard to eat this.
I eat the ginger all the time though. For my stomach.
Same.
I don't.
But they brung both of them. They hold a special place, man, because they brung different components to the game. You know what I'm saying? The funny thing is that the development of Curry, of how Curry came to be. You know the funny thing? The whole time I'm like, Hey, this Mahmoud Raouf.
Mm-hmm.
He be like, who? Who?
Do your history.
Who? Man, Honey was saying it the whole time. Hey, this is Mahmoud Raouf. Nah, ain't nobody never do this. Yeah, okay. Text Jordan, ask him.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy you say that. One of our guys
Okay.
that came in couple episodes ago said the way the game is played now is like the way the ABA is played back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's real
Uh-huh.
free flowing.
And you got to think about it. If Mahmoud Raouf can do what he do and do it now, remember he had to pass and share the ball.
Yeah.
Could have came down every time off a pick and roll and created something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Tim Hardaway or Nick Van Exel?
man, Nick Van Exel.
Okay. Okay.
You think I said that because of what? Left hand?
Is you lefty? You was tricky with the left, dog. I'm telling you.
Listen, man, listen. Nick Van Exel on my Mount Rushmore. Yeah, let's debate. Cause I ain't lying. I'm ready to defend him
Yes.
in all aspect of the game. The longevity, man, whether he was coming off the bench or starting, the man, that's who I love. I love Nick Van Exel. That's not even close. I played against Tim Hardaway too.
Mm.
Strong. You know, when you watch somebody and you think you know, but then you play him, it's like, oh yeah, that's why he is pro. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nigel used to come down with the left and go left right into your jumper. Man, this man when I learned that, I was like, that's where you got that from.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
He showed how to go to my dominant hand for the pull up. Because if you ever notice, nobody else ever done that. Damien Stoudemire, it's always right hand pickup.
Yeah.
Nicky, tricky,
Mm-hmm.
said, no, I gotta get this.
Yeah, I learned how to do that with my right off of that. Yeah. All right. We put this one in here. John Starks or Vernon Maxwell.
Vernon Maxwell.
Okay. That was easy.
Yeah, because John Starks went over in the playoffs. Yeah, till y'all laughing. I'm surprised New York ain't kill him. Soon he came out. 0 for 23. Who take 23 shots? Oh my God, that was horrible. That was horrible.
All right. We gonna know. I don't know about this one, but I put it on here.
Go ahead.
Allen Houston or Devin Booker.
You know, they that's a great comparison. That is. No, I'm certain come up with just mid-range game, smooth. Cause I'm gonna say Devin Booker. He showed me a different part of him in the Olympics. He slid the puppies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at first it was just regular, like he'll reach or run out, get a hand up. He really showed in the Olympics. Because a lot of people know he played real big. He was coming off the bench and really playing well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with Devin Booker.
Okay.
With Devin Booker.
All right. AI or Steph?
Man, come on, man. Allen Iverson.
Okay.
Not in the same book.
All right. All right. Kobe or Bron? Really like, damn, I thought I was done with the track.
That's a big cue.
Kobe, my class.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tim Thomas. No, this one shouldn't be as bad as the other one. Because that was your
Still getting used to it.
That was the last one?
I got one more.
What?
We got MJ
Mm-hmm.
or Bron.
Brown.
Okay. All right.
Tell you why?
Shoot.
Listen. I think Doc Rivers said it best when he talking about allowing somebody to become great. Wow. Jordan had the time to do that, and LeBron didn't. LeBron came. LeBron, let's be real, from 13, 14 and under, LeBron has been him. What I mean by, I ain't gonna say him, I'm saying he's been the top tier. And to able to have that longevity over 20 years is remarkable. It's not even like, we know what goes into playing games, but a lot of people don't understand the physicality of it, the mental stability of it. To maintain through aches, pains, and all that at the top, right? Never had a father, a great father figure. What he do outside of basketball? This is why I put him over Jordan. And I know a lot of people say, no, we ain't talking about that. We have to. Black men, listen, we got to talk about it as a whole, right?
Perspective.
Because we matter outside of that sport. How he's seen. Who said that don't count? That does count. He's been remarkable, man. It's been like a fairy tale.
Yeah, he has been.
Yeah, oh, you're right.
He has been.
Oh, man, he got his son on the Lakers. You ain't saying that when the owner slid in Jeannie Buss. Did you have something to say? Why are we like, I don't know why. What's wrong, Rennie?
Hey,
If I got to connect, hey, man, get Rennie in there, man. Yeah, okay.
Hey.
Help each other, man. Especially your son. You think I would make a way for my son to get in? Regardless that he's a McDonald's. See how a lot of stuff is just extracted and just focused on that? Oh man, he not good enough. Okay.
I'm definitely putting my son in position.
If anybody else was in that situation, they would get their son up there. So that's why I'm like, I'm like, if that was you, you would make that call too.
I wouldn't care what nobody
They
had to
asked
say.
10 NBA players. They laughed, said, what? Why wouldn't I? That doesn't even make sense.
Exactly.
It doesn't.
That's what happened in the business world too. Cats be putting their kids in positions all the time. I remember, I'm gonna say this. Down Gonzaga, I learned something very valuable. Like I wasn't big on school and books, but understanding lineage and legacy, right? So I think I just came down to the school and I ran into one of my classmates. And my classmates, I asked him what he doing, and he was like, well, I'm trying out this business, trying out this entrepreneurship, right? And he was like, if it don't work out, probably by the time I'm 30, I'm gonna go work for my dad. And I was like, dang, I used to get envious of that shit. You know what I mean?
used to.
And I'd be like, how you get to do that?
Me.
But now I was like, I could probably set that up for mine. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
And put them in a position. But I was like, a lot of us, we be on survival mode. But then we create another survival mode instead of putting our kid in that position to afford them the opportunities to take them risks. And
I'm glad you said that because for us, we play defense all the time.
Yeah.
We don't move in offensive mindset. You get what I'm saying? So the same thing he said, listen, you know how many kids at Virginia Tech, what so have you, that said that same, along the same lines. And I'm like, you just out there trying stuff. And if it failed, you still got a net. You not just envious, it make you feel some type of way. You get what I'm saying? Man, why I ain't had no father, man. Or come from a rich family. See, all these things start to play in your mind. But like he said, we play defense and we live in survival mode. Where I'm from, that's the only way to live.
Yeah.
I had to break away from that. And listen, it had me in shackles to live that way. But once you get out of it, you be like, why? What's that? You get what I'm saying?
That's what your mom said. Peace. You can't turn that away no more.
Guess it's understanding how to recognize peace.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Extraction.
Mhm.
Because a lot of times I think when you come up with people through such a harsh time and a crazy time, it's, nah, I love them, man. They my people. Despite that, for your development, for your growth, extraction. And one thing about extraction and getting solitude, man, God's voice gets so much clearer. So much clearer.
Yeah.
You start to move different. You start to realize things you just don't really need to be around. Things you don't want.
Another thing you just hit on, man, is just that we've endured so much that is normalized, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so trauma, what we deem it as normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we use that as a badge of honor of
Yeah.
I can power through or endure
Yeah.
so much. And it's just
Yeah.
like,
It's not a luxury.
yeah, it's
It's
not.
not.
It's not,
It's not a luxury.
you know.
It's not a luxury. Trauma is not a luxury. Communicating, talking to other men, like this podcast is so important. I'm talking about it's going to help more people than you actually know. It is. Because your territory touches so many places.
I appreciate that.
Those
man.
feelings that people had that ain't trying to express, you know where they come from? Survival mode. I'm all right. And guess what the funny thing is? If you ain't strong mentally, you will break. And guess what the breaking causes? Depression, addiction, living in such a way where you don't care no more. Nah, you should care. You gotta care. Anything you want in this life, you gotta fight for. It's not gonna happen no other way. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times we settle, black men. We settle.
Mhm.
Man, I'm here to tell you, you ain't gotta settle. Nah, you don't. Keep going, keep working. It's okay to take breaks, cry, be mad. Emotions, they come and go. But you don't have to settle. God a finisher, man. He finished things, baby.
Damn, Joe, you didn't wrap this
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
up.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I was
that's
gonna
a
say,
finisher, man.
we always
He a finisher.
ask, we
He a
always
finisher.
ask who, if you had any advice, man. But that I think we need to end on that, man.
Yeah.
So as
Y'all ain't
always,
let me ask my question though.
oh, shoot me.
Who the greatest of all time to come out of Gonzaga?
greatest of all
Ooh.
time. Wow.
It's a good question, man. I think I'm gonna take a ginger shot. Take a ginger shot. I'm gonna go ahead and take that.
I'm gonna take one that one too.
I'm gonna take that one. That's a good question, man.
I think I'm.
Now, if y'all played football, that would have been easy, right? You don't say Caleb is?
You know what, man?
I
To
gotta
be
see
honest,
what he do.
I don't know all the. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know all the history.
Okay.
To
Basketball?
dial back.
Basketball.
I don't
is
even-
Mark
so tough.
Tillman.
I know Mark.
Yeah.
It's
That's
so
definitely-
hard.
Alvin Brown.
It's so
You know
hard
Alvin
because
Brown?
we won the title.
You know Alvin
I
Brown?
know he was a bad mark. Bad.
Alvin.
Bad.
Al,
He
not
good,
yet. He got player of the year.
He gonna Nagel.
No, he went to Xavier.
Xavier.
Alvin was a bad man.
Somebody from Niagara, from
Mhm.
Gonzaga went up there too.
Nah, Daryl Green went to Niagara. He went to
He played Mather.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's tough, man, because I always feel like if we played for Steve,
It would be
the
different.
numbers
Yeah.
would have solidified more
Yeah.
for us,
Yeah.
for both of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I always feel like we paved the way.
Mhm.
But I also gotta respect guys like Mark Tillman, guys like Alvin Brown.
Yeah.
You know, the Tom Sloobies. Like there was a lot of other guys that was really good. So I try not to, how you said, I try my best not to compare their eras.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
it's hard for me in the summertime when we played for Steve Turner and Juan Hill, like we averaged 20, 25. No question.
The funny thing is, Y'all would have. With Steve,
Yeah,
it would have been easy.
easy. And then,
And you know how they do WCCs. Y'all both would have made first team.
yeah,
They don't do no public schools like that, though.
yeah, them accolades.
Yeah. WCCs, they say, oh, yeah, both of them all met first team. When they come to public school, we can put them on the second team.
Yeah. Now, that's
Greatest-
a good question.
Greatest player to come out of Cardozo, the Baylor. Black.
Okay.
Shout out to my man. He had a stroke a couple years back. He recovered, but man, the funny thing is, you know how somebody played way before you, but I knew everything about him because he was from around the way also. Yeah, he moved away. Shout out, Black. Love you, man. Keep recovering, man.
All right, y'all, man. That wraps up another episode of Game Related. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, and all the good stuff, man. Keep passing this good information around.
And most of all, stay game related.